Should I make half of a batch?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. The first one usually ends up being a pain in the...
Nice.
What are you making?
Pancakes.
Cakey, fluffy.
Smacking.
Yeah, smacking.
I love pancakes.
That's not bad.
Tastes like bread. It's just kind of there. I like them with like coconut and brown sugar, cinnamon and blueberries, strawberries. Raspberry pancakes are really good too.
They do any good?
Yeah, it's sweet and crunchy, which is, I like it.
It's people love pancakes, which you'll find out, you know. And they like different types of pancakes. Like college-age students, they want the chocolate chip pancakes or the stuffed pancakes with the cream cheese and the strawberry topping and the whipped cream and so all that good stuff. But yeah, serve a lot of pancakes.
What are your favorite pancakes?
Mine, personally, if I could eat them every day, I would. I'd probably eat them for dinner also every day. I like them stuffed with as much sweetness as you can gather. I like them with pecans and, you know, they're very versatile, you know. You can eat them with anything.
Pops love cooking pancakes.
Buttermilk joint.
You better miss Butterworth. Oh, that shit used to smack, bro. Used to smack. Extra biscuit.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Did you eat them for like special occasions or was it like every day for breakfast?
It was definitely special occasions. Like I remember, like, and usually during the day, like regular days, my parents would make like I'll make a waffles or something like oatmeal. But on the weekends, my dad would get up early on Saturday and like just make everyone these big fat pancakes.
Iffy for me, man, because it depends on how I feel. Cause sometimes it can be like the big fluffy ones because that's how like the syrup like eases over much better, and then it gets soaking up with like, oh my god, amazing. Yes, the big ones, the big fluffy.
Just big ones in general.
Honestly,
The crispy ones.
The crispy ones are good too. They are.
Well, my favorite part of hood breakfasts was waking up to like the little like colorful plates with the big burned pancakes with the big ass eggs, and next to it you gotta press the 48.
What do you mean hood breakfast?
Like when you go to your cousin's house and like your aunties are making food for everybody, like all your cousins laid out, and you just get like a plate of like grits or like pancakes. You smell them cooking in the morning, and all the cousins wake up because they know that they like you gotta wash dishes afterwards. But it's so good. Like it's just you can't beat those meals. You can't beat those meals at all. Oof. You can't beat hood breakfasts, bro.
Pancakes, and I don't remember like when it started. I just know it was something that my mom always did with her pancakes, and so as I got older, I was like, I guess I like peanut butter on my pancakes. I mean, I do actually like peanut butter on my pancakes, but that was something that my mom always did with her pancakes. I don't think I've ever tried that with Nay yet. No, she probably won't like it.
And he sits at table 6 every day. Oh, I know George. You know, so you identify them by what they eat. So, Susie gets the 2 pancakes every day with, a side of bacon, and then she requests an egg on top. You just know them by that.
Yeah. That's like a This morning I love you and have time to show you I love you type of thing. For sure. Now I make them when I'm drunk. And it's kind of the same idea, except not.
That it can be a very welcoming act, right, to make pancakes for someone. And to me, when serving someone warm pancakes, it's like you did this for this person in this moment and you want them to enjoy it. But as time passes and the pancake gets cold, like, to me that represents something different.
I love pancakes.
I love pancakes too.
It's my second favorite breakfast bread food.
I don't know, there's something about pancakes that is just different. Like, I think, like, it takes me back to, like, I used to dance ballet when I was younger, and, like, basically I would literally eat pancakes every time I went to ballet, which is always on Saturdays. So it's, like, a big part of, like, being in New York and, like, being able to try different pancakes, but also, like, you know, my mom would make them in the morning, and it was, like, just very Americanized.
It's weird, I never thought about it. No, I feel like it's just for people. I never really associated with, like, a country. So. It's American food to you. And, like, I honestly don't know because there's everything's so, there's no, like, one American thing, you know? Because everybody, it's like a melting pot, they say. So I'm like, oh, we have Mexican food, or we have Indian food, or we have Chinese food, but, like, what's American?
Total American, you know, the epitome of what America stands for. Yeah, we've got red, white, and blue and Southside Diner.
So yeah, my family is very American, but we're also many other things.
So are you proud to be an American?
Sometimes. Sometimes not. I'm lucky to be an American. I wouldn't say I'm overtly proud to be an American all the time, because I feel like America does not, and it's in this current, I feel like that's such a politicized question, because there's no way to, like, to think of my national identity outside of this, like, political context that we're living in right now.
I feel like we're supposed to like see it as that. But I think like that may be an easier socialization process for people that are a little bit less marginalized. I don't know, cause I feel like in my community we took pancakes as a black thing, but like it was like part of the hood breakfast. It wasn't like American. We didn't care what white people ate.
Reminds me of white people.
So being American means being white?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No?
Yes. Yeah, because you can't live in America without being white. Yep.
You can't live in America without being white?
Or without being oppressed, like.
Oh yeah.
You can't live freely and happily in America without being white.
That's so funny that we think that, because, well, that some of us think that because next year the generation below us is literally going to be a minority majority. That's so paradoxical, but like, what is continuing to sustain those ideas? And how does that relate? Or, I don't know.
I think Americanism has been stripped away from me a lot. That unless it's like a way in which, like, I say I'm American just to be like, when someone yells at me and being like, go back to my country, then I'm just like, yeah, like, I was born here, I am American. But at the same time, it's like, it's been stripped away from me for so long that I don't feel like I am. Just, yeah, like, there's so much stuff that has happened to me. And I feel like representing myself as Ecuadorian has helped me more than it has, like, like, calling myself American has ever helped me.
I guess I feel American every day, but I mean, it doesn't want to make me throw a flag in it or anything. But I mean, if I think about it, yeah, it's a typical American cuisine. To me, I guess. I guess French toast would be French, right? So yeah, pancakes are American. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. I could do this. I said Bisquick Betty. Hella pancakes in the morning early. With my daddy sipping on juice. Got a pancake looking like Bruce. No juice, no pulp. Big Biscuit, pancake on my plate. Don't play no early morning games. You gonna miss up your fate. If you stay asleep today, you gonna miss your pancake. You gonna miss your pancake. Pancake running through. Shout out my auntie KK with that AK. We gon' spray that butter everywhere on my pancake. It's moisturized. Open your eyes and it's early. They need a swirly. I need to go to the movies just to get butter for all of my pancakes. I'm leaving you udders. I need some new milk. Squirt. I ain't gonna get tall cause I'm a little squirt. Butter on my pancakes. Boy, I do the most. Running with my blokes. Looking like a bloke. Boy, I'm on your tire. Rubbing like a spoke. But I'm getting tired. Baby, I just spoke. I'm too hungry. Need a pancake. Let's go to IHOP. Boy, you know I got it. Let's go to IHOP. Boy, you know I got it. Let's go to IHOP. I need cinnamon. Apple with the maple bacon. Put that on my pancake. You know I'll be happy living. Boy, I'm steady smiling. With my pancakes. With my pancakes. With my pancakes. With my pancakes. I need pancakes. Hello, butter, baby. With the bacon on the side. I eat pancakes.
I don't know, like you say American right now, like just like some fat middle-aged white man who's like kind of balding, popping some of my head in like a wife beater and like boxers, like on the couch, like watching TV and like drinking a beer, and that's what I think America is.
We all want to identify with as being American and being in this culture of diversity, and I think that's what we all want to be. I don't know.
So are you proud to be an American?
Yeah. I'm proud of some of the things that have happened or that we've done, or, I don't agree with everything, but do I want to be here? Yes. Am I proud for what we ultimately stand for? Yes. Yeah.
To be American and not feel American.
I don't really care, bro. I think identities is something that's too overhyped. Like, people focus so much on like identity, but they try to make it superficial instead of it just being about who they are as a person, not really so much as like who they want society to see them as.
So do you identify as an American?
No. I mean, whoa. Answer that way too quick.
Yeah, anthropology boy had you out of the state. I'm Wisconsin. Sprinkle of transatlantic slave.
I believe I would say no, because I believe because we all know how the structure of America is and just how it was built and how we are always the marginalized ones, and we always get the short end of the stick to the point where we're damn near forced not to be called American. So we have to just identify with what we feel most comfortable with, and that with me as black. I don't think I'm American. I guess.
Jacob, what do you think?
I mean, there's just so many things telling me no. I don't know. I don't think black Americans, whatever that means,
I don't know.
even know.
Being black is very important to me. Very important to me. And that brings me excitement, and that makes me really happy because yes, I'm black. I know you can see it, but saying it and showing the many parts of what that means to me is way more important.
It's how we hold ourselves, what we believe in, our traditions, how we go about things.
When I say Mexican, what do you think of?
Family.
It means bright colors. It means my indigenous black roots. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, maybe I am mixed with white as well, but at the same time, that culture is way more influential and beautiful than what Americanism is. I think about like the beatings, long black hair, the dances, the tribal dances that people would put on, the food, well-seasoned food, you know? So that's what I think about. And like, I also think about the humility in people. I think I've never seen as much humility in people in my life compared to being in Ecuador. And like, I have so many great but also sad experiences of being in Ecuador and seeing poverty and seeing humility in those in people in Ecuador, and people who, you know, I would have had that life had my family not come here. And sometimes it's hard to like see that, you know.
Well, like, I think about hair because I have a lot of memories of like my mom doing my hair and like me like sitting between her legs and like being there for hours and like her doing my hair. Or like she also worked in a shop, so it was like a lot of community there. And like people just got close because you're there for so long. Like at the end of the day, like you make a friend. I just think about hair and like friendship and like love and tears because it hurts. I just think about like the different things you can do with hair too, like braids or like an afro or like a twist out or dreadlocks or just like how you decorate your hair too. Like being more comfortable with like who I am. So yeah, I guess my hair helped me to express myself and love who I am.
I think we stand for, you know, one nation under God, indivisible, you know, with liberty and justice for all. The Pledge of Allegiance, you know, I feel like everybody has it good in them. That's what I feel.
Sometimes difficult for me to get in touch with my like true like identity, I guess. But it's at Kenyon, like it gives me the opportunity to kind of find people who help me with that. By like trying to find myself and like bring myself closer to like my homeland.
But so many things have been happening in the world around us where we are constantly reminded of how lucky it is for us to have, like, even if all this other shit is happening, like Black Americans are under attack. That is a fact, and that has always been a fact. But I think that there's so much happening in this world around us where I'm reminded of like how lucky I am to even have those small pieces of my American identity, which give me like these safeguards against things that people who are trying to come to this country or that are in this country and are being stripped away from it don't have right now. And I've been thinking a lot about that, and I think that I'm just lucky to have that. I'm lucky to have been given pancakes even if it wasn't every morning before school. Like that's just the fact that my mom even tried, like gave that to me, that I can like recreate that in a fucking dorm room on a college campus in rural Ohio.
So, I want to cook some dinner.
What are you making?
Pancakes. Alright, we have to wait for your food.
How long is it gonna take?
5 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad. I can wait that long. Hello.
I get it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes and then it will be all done.
Sounds good.
And here's a Mars pancake.
Thank you.
You want sir? Hey, there's no more pancakes in here.
All done?
Yeah. I mean, I guess another identity that I'm really proud of is being a wife. But that I didn't need. It's just I didn't need like I don't know. I find it interesting. Like I don't think people need titles, and you don't need all of those things. And I do feel like from the beginning of like Frankie and I dating, even to now, like we've always known that we were going to be partners, and really wanted that relationship to work out. So I wouldn't even say being a wife is my identity. I think being a partner to Frankie is something that's really important to my identity.
Probably is my family. 2 daughters, 33 and 26, 4 grandkids, and a very close-knit family.
Honestly, I think it's pretty fucking dope. Like, I walk around here and I see so many people who look so similar to each other, like you can't even tell them apart. And it's like, yeah, I'm me. I'm my own person. Like, I love the feeling of being able to go into a space and know that I am the only person who thinks like me. I am the only person who looks like me, perhaps. And instead of that making me feel like scared or like debilitated, now that I am that black woman in this space, that makes me feel very like proud and strong. And I think that's where the creation thing comes from. Like that experience is something that only I can turn into something that I share with others.
And I used to dance for this dance company, and every time, just because I hadn't eaten, she would buy, sorry, I'm like getting emotional.
No, it's okay.
She would always buy like the McDonald's like pancake thing, like even though we couldn't afford it. And like she always bought it for me because she knew it was my favorite. And like she would literally just watch me eat until I was like, oh, I can't eat anymore. So then she would eat like the rest of it, or even if there like, and then if I did finish it, then like she wouldn't eat anything. And so like I just realized like how much my mom really sacrificed for me, just for me to like be able to dance. And it was always hard growing up, because we never had enough money to do things, and yet they somehow were able to scrape up money for me to be in a dance company. And I appreciate them so much, and that's why I have so much pride in being who I am, and being the child of immigrants, and being proud in the fact that my mom is a housekeeper, and being so proud to claim myself as Ecuadorian, because their Latino pride, their hard work comes from that. And I know they definitely consider themselves American, and they're definitely the ideal Americans.
You don't want to?
Oh, no, we
It's not ready yet.
cut it first.
Yeah.
It's all about preparation.
I always put the syrup on first and then I start
Do you?
cutting. Yeah.
Are you putting syrup on those?
It's already very sweet. I think I'll be okay with that.
I think I do it because my granny likes to heat up syrup. So like she'll like put it in the microwave, so I gotta cut it first. Then
I've never heated it up.
Oh, you put butter and put it in the glass? And then some butter in there?
Really?
can't beat it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I think that's a southern thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Aunt Jemima was a racial epithet. They used the slave, like Mrs. Butterworth, all that. Like there's so much ways in which like pancakes and breakfast became racialized. And like y'all were talking about how like you can't be American and live comfortably without being white. And like I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I definitely think like based on what I've experienced, it does seem like they got it better. And like we're tying that all back into like pancakes. I definitely see like the American breakfast as being tied to that identity, as being tied to how people view themselves and create their identity.
But like pancakes always meant a sacrifice. Her having to wake up in the morning to make them, her giving them to me, and so it's like it's just not American for me because it's what the sacrifice that my mom made.
Where can we find? Why is that? I know why that's an identity we don't feel we can claim, but I'm wondering how we can get to the point where we can claim it, because we do reap the benefits of being American every day, but we don't want to claim that. And I'm wondering when that transition will happen, whether we even should like have that as something we attach to ourselves.
Excuse me, can I get another order of bacon? Can I get yeah, thank you. You want hot sauce?
What y'all think?
Don't really have the language to talk about this, and watching everyone's interviews and like doing it myself, and I feel like I was running in circles a lot because I had never really thought about it in just like such a meaningful way.
That being American is enough for some people, right? So what does it say that you think that we need to distinguish ourselves?
Like stress so much to like say I'm this, rather than just being that and just like expressing yourself through your persona.
It's so true in America, especially.
Yeah.
Because with the whole melting pot thing and everybody being so different, and honestly, you just look at this table right now, like we all look the same. Be black in America is hyper visible but also invisible. So I think like a lot of people try to embrace the things that makes them marginalized or that is silenced to like turn up the volume so that everyone has to see it.
Right.
But everyone does. People see it. They just don't talk about it.
Like, I wonder if, like this question that you posted earlier, like, can you be both American and Ecuadorian at the same time? Like, that's not a question that you would necessarily ask, a white person that's sitting around in this restaurant, right?
If I say I'm an American, it doesn't matter what they think or what they do against that, and claim that for myself. What can that mean? I'm thinking what benefits come out of seeing nothing in that in that part of ourselves.
Honestly, I don't know how to answer that.
I don't either.
It's like, it's really just personal. Like you can see it that way or you can see it her way. You kind of have to make a choice. But I don't know. Neither's really right. Like, neither choice is really right.
It sounds like maybe you're not personally seeking this, but like the question you're asking is like, can we claim an American identity without like a qualifier, right? Like, do we have to say like, I'm American, but I'm also this?
Yeah. Pancakes are always pancakes, they're just good, but for the American identity part of it, I never really made that connection. Yeah, maybe that's it.